that's red. She's got the spices, smile so bright. Cooking with Judith right by my side. By my side. Chop, chop, sizzle, frying pan heat. From pancakes to a fancy feast. Cooking with Judith, fun to say the least. The least.
Hello and welcome to my kitchen. I'm Judith, and today we're going to do a vegan recipe. Now you don't have to make it vegan if you don't want to, but it is a lovely bean soup, and we are encouraged to have like one meatless day a week if we can. So this is going to be dried beans mostly. So we got kidney beans, navy beans, have some green lentils, pot barley, and for our broth I have a lovely vegan vegetable stock and a little bit of tomato puree. Well, actually it's passata, so it's strained tomatoes. And for seasonings, salt, bay leaf, some parsley flakes, and smoked paprika. Of course, the standbys: celery, onion, and garlic. So I've already soaked my beans overnight. And when I say overnight, I put them to soak at 12:30 yesterday afternoon. And they're still soaking, and it is 12:30 today. So that's 24 hours soaking. I have changed the water. But now, first thing before we start making soup, the little trick to prevent excessive gas from eating beans. We are going to boil our kidney beans and navy beans for about an hour till they start to get softish, and that will help remove the substance that causes the flatulence. It will also give them a head start cooking so our soup won't take so long. So here's what we have for beans so far. 80 grams of red kidney beans, 80 grams of white navy beans, and I think it was 30 grams of chickpeas, and that is their dry weight. So we're not going to pre-boil the chickpeas. They'll be fine. We are going to drain and boil our kidney beans and navy beans. So we don't want to boil them in the same water they've been soaking in. And once they're boiled, we don't want to use that water for the soup. So this is a lot of changes of water, I know, but it helps. Believe me, it helps a lot. So let me get things drained and in the pot. There we go. Okay. And fresh cold water. We do want about an inch above beans, or possibly more. They will absorb some water, but no seasoning. Definitely no salt in this. So we're just going to put them on and get them boiling and let them go at a simmer, a good strong simmer, for between 30 minutes to an hour, depending on how long it takes them to soften. I'm just going to check on the beans that are boiling away here. Cool them a little bit before I touch. Okay, we can turn that off. Set them aside to cool. Yeah, I've warmed up my Dutch oven on low, and we're going to put in a cup of chopped onion. Now, I have red onion, but you can use any onion you have. Yellow, white, probably not green. And about a cup of celery chopped. That was one very large rib of celery. And give those a couple minutes before we add the garlic. We just want the onions to be a little bit translucent and the celery to soften a bit. because if you put the garlic in too soon, it will burn. And this is on a low heat. Just because we're not looking to color anything, we just want to get it softened. Okay. They are softened enough. I'm going to add our garlic. This is a tablespoon of garlic. 3 cloves chopped. And we don't really have to cook that long, just until you can smell it. Take about 30 seconds or so. There we go. And then we're going to add our bay leaf. And I'm going to add about ½ a teaspoon of salt. You don't want to go too heavy on the salt to start with, because your beans will get tough. And there is salt in my vegetable stock, so you want to be careful there. Okay, I think we're ready to start putting our stock in. So 4 cups of vegan vegetable stock. I have so it's 150 milliliters of strained tomatoes. So yeah, the stock be a liter, 4 cups, a liter, close enough. That is stir. We're not finished yet. So I just rinsed the jar that contained the tomato puree, or strained tomatoes, and that was 250 milliliters of water mixed with tomato. And then we are going to add 4 cups of water, but not all of it at once. So there we go. Another liter of water. We're going to add about half for now. Yeah. We're going to add our beans in. And our chickpeas. And our pot barley. That's 30 grams of pot barley. You could use pearl barley if you like. I just happen to have pot barley and it doesn't mind long cooking. And 70 grams of red lentils. So we're going to put the lid on, bring it to a simmer, let it cook for a bit before we add anything else. Okay, this has been simmering for about half an hour. Let's give it a stir. We want to make sure nothing's sticking to the bottom. Smells good. Let's see how the beans are doing. Getting there. Still need some time. So let's have a little taste of the broth. Okay. It's good, but we'll need some seasoning. So I think we're going to add a little more salt as the beans are almost cooked. So another ½ teaspoon of salt. We're going to go in with ½ teaspoon of smoked paprika. And ½ tablespoon of parsley flakes. I already smell that smoked paprika. Ooh, that's good. Okay, so toss in another little taste. Okay, the paprika is quite prominent. I think we're going to need some onion powder in there. Half a teaspoon of onion powder. And it is, as you can see, it's not a thick broth, but the soup has plenty of bits in to make body. Okay, let's try again. I want, I can get one. And one of the, thought I saw one. I would like to check on the chickpeas. Oh, there's one. Gotcha. Still quite a crunch, but that's okay. It can cook longer. And yes, the onion powder did help. So we let it cook another 20 minutes or so. And our beans are quite soft. If you wanted more vegetables, you could add some carrots or some potatoes or both. But I think our broth and everything is actually quite nice. I don't think it needs anything else at this point. But I'm going to turn the heat off, and when it's closer to dinner time, we'll add the finishing touch. The heat turned off, so I've turned it back up. Let's check the consistency of our beans. Really nice. Salt level is perfect. So let's put the lid on and wait for it to come up to a simmer before we add our vegetables. Okay, I've brought our soup back up to a boil. And let's actually turn that down. We don't need it that strong of a boil. And I'm going to add our carrots. As I said, this is optional. And potatoes. So that was about 1 cup of carrots and about 2 cups of russet potatoes. And they're roughly chopped. And we're going to put in, remember that, 2 cups of water we reserved. That's going in now. And we're going to let that simmer until our vegetables are cooked. And there's only one more little thing to add. Okay, we've had our soup cooking long enough that our potato and carrot is soft. It's a bit salty, but that's okay because, and it's your choice, lemon juice or apple cider vinegar. 1 tablespoon. Give it a minute or 2 to boil off the scent. I'm going to turn the heat off now. And we're ready to serve. Let's have a taste. It looks wonderful. It's so colorful. It's so hot. The only thing that would make it better would be some homemade bread to dip in. Oh, it is so good. It is so flavorful. And the fact that it has no meat in it does not mean it lacks flavor. This is delicious, hearty. I thank you so much for watching. If you're not subscribed already, please consider subscribing. Or not, please hit the like button. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for viewing my video, for liking, subscribing, sharing, and just being here to support me. I will see you again next week with a new video.